Alright guys, today I'm going to take you through the setup that I use for my heli landing pads, the electrical setup in particular. Mainly because I absolutely hate the situation where you come in, you forget to turn off your SAM sights and you get blown up in the air. Note that this uses the Smart Switch and the Rust Plus app, which I absolutely love. One of the best additions to the game for a while. One of the other things I always like to do on this setup, and I'll show you it as well, is I like to have doors that auto open. So when I land, the doors auto open and I can then just guide the copter in. Now note, there'll be some of you thinking, wait, with doors that auto open, what happens if you're being raided at the time? Will the doors open? Well, no. And I'll just show you. So I've set it up such that my alarm, base wide alarm, which you can see in a different tutorial, will actually prevent the doors from opening using a blocker switch in line with the power coming into the doors. So to show you that, in my setup, if the alarm's being triggered at all, either through heartbeat sensors, through turrets or other means, red light turns on here to show me visually what's going on, and also the doors will auto close or will not open, either or as applicable. So let's turn that alarm system off and show you. So the first thing you'll note for this setup is that immediately outside my hangar I have lights on. If I see red lights either from the air or this location, it means that the SAM sights are on and that it is not safe to fly. So using the Rust Plus app, quite simply you turn them off, flicks to blue, means it's all good to go, you're good to go and fly. Alright, so let's take her out, go for a little quick fly, show you what it looks like from the air. And then once we've done that and landed back down, I'll take you through some of the specifics for the actual circuit, so you can actually put one of these through together. So once again, from the air, you can see quite clearly. I was going to say I like putting shapes on there, but I can't really draw. I'm an engineer and not an artist, so yeah, that's my best attempt at an arrow indicating go into base. Conversely, if it's not okay to land, quite clearly, red light's on, that to me immediately indicates that my SAM sights are on. Okay, so one of the other things you can do with this setup, and I'll show you how to do the specific light setup in a second, is you can set up outlying little outpost bases a little bit further out with just a battery, a receiver and a couple of other bits and a blue and a red light to be able to give yourself an indication whether your SAM sights are on from a bit further distance away. So as it all comes in, you'll notice once again it's red flashing lights. We definitely know what that means. Yep, hooray. Now using a smart switch in the app, I've turned them off and you'll notice now that it's all turned to blue, which means it's safe for me to now proceed and land. Obviously it's definitely not a good idea to switch your SAM sights on when you're within range of them. Alright, so I'm going to chuck her down. It'll give you a chance just to see how the doors auto open, and then once we've done that, I'll take you over to our test area to show you the specific circuit for the lights. Just one other thing to note, all the SAM sights that I use, because I've got a couple of SAM sights around the area, all the SAM sights are connected via RF. That way I only need one smart switch and I can control multiple towers in different locations without having to run wires between each of them. This is the method I prefer doing. I'll show you in more detail how to do that in the multi-turret tutorial, which is basically the same sort of setup. Alright, let's go to our other test bench and show you how to set this thing up. Alright guys, let's just briefly go through this configuration. As I said, my SAM sights, because I like having outlying SAM sights, so SAM sights a little bit forward of my base, but also generally have large bases and don't like wires running everywhere. One of the configurations I like using is having my turrets and SAM sites set up to a frequency and a smart switch. As I said, one of the bonuses of doing this is it means that you don't have to have just one battery's worth of turrets or SAMs per switch, but rather can have multiple, can have them located in different locations, and it also enables things like outlying light setups like this. So this setup's really quite simple. You branch out power coming into it, and you set it up such that one of your branches goes to your RF receiver, which picks up your SAM on or off signal. In this case, because the red light's on, the SAM system's running. That signal out comes into another branch, which powers your lights or whatever warning that you want to set up. Note, obviously this is on, so when this receiver is supplying power, this will be powered, thus everything connected to it will be powered. So you can also use this same configuration for your SAM site. So just have your SAM site wired directly into this. Then from there, the other branch of the power comes into a blocker. Thus, when the system's on, the blocker's off, and thus this light's off. Really quite simple. And just to demonstrate now, so using the Rust Plus app, I'll turn off my SAM sites. All my SAM sites are now off. The blue light starts flashing, which gives me an external visual cue to say, hey, it's safe to land. Because as we note, I like making mistakes and flying into my base when the SAM sites are on. Alright guys, thanks again for watching this one. If you've got any comments or anything like that, please hit us up with a message, including if there's other electrical stuff that you want to have a look at. And also a big shout out to my friends out at Rustralia. I'm currently playing on their ×7 server. It's a nice server based in Australia. It's got the right amount of modding, I reckon. But anyway, have yourselves a good day, and yeah, stay safe out there.